It's now time for Remember When with Uncle John. John Guess, Ouachita County's resident storyteller and local historian. Sit back now and enjoy a walk down memory lane as John recalls the days of yesteryear in his own unique way. You never know, some of it might even be true. So here's Uncle John, along with his trusty sidekick, Kelly Blair.
Back on Remember When with Uncle John. Here we are, off and running on a Monday. Glad you could join us, and we're glad we can join you right here on Y95. The only reason why we can is because of the financial support of our great sponsors, including Sherwin-Williams House Paint, right over there at 315 Jefferson Street here in Camden. Give them a shout at 836-8125 before you start painting on that room, because they got some things they're going to be like, you're going to need this too. You know, don't get too far with it.
And we got ProMed Ambulance, 1-800-634-0436. Give those good folks a call and get signed up on their Priority Membership Ambulance Care Program. Tell them Uncle John and Kelly sent you.
Without a doubt. Also, the Prescott Raceway. You can check out their whole schedule at PrescottRaceway.net. Give them a call on their new number, 870-904-5952. Or just go by the Napa store in Magnolia. Talk to Jackie Lewis in person. You can call him at the Napa store at 234-2184. And then head on over to 5121 Highway 53 East in right outside of Prescott and watch the races. They'll have things going on probably Friday and Saturday. Time trials Friday and racing on Saturday.
Absolutely. And, hey, give our good buddies down at the Shopper's Guide. Give JJ a call if you need some stationery, you need some business cards, whatever. He fixed us up.
I know everybody in town is collecting the Remember When with Uncle John and Kelly cards because they look so sharp. It's got that red and gold going on. It kind of look like Hulk Hogan's kind of calling card there.
Absolutely.
You know? And I know everybody's collecting them, and that's where we got them from, was the Shopper's Guide. So, John, you were telling me you wanted to talk a little drag racing today.
Well, you know, I'm a car guy.
Absolutely.
You know? And, of course, you know, we got Prescott Raceway Park as one of our sponsors. This day, August the 1st, 1964, everybody's hero, the innovator of drag racing, the man that put it on the map, the man that wrote the book, the man that brought it into what it became in the 60s, Big Daddy Don Garlits was the very first man to go 200 miles an hour in a quarter mile.
Wow, 200 miles an hour.
In Island Dragway in New Jersey, he went 201 mile, .34 hour.
That's about 60 miles faster than I've ever been in my life. I don't know if I could have hung on.
You know, Big Daddy, I've been to his. He's got a museum in Ocala, Florida, that's got all the significant cars that ever came up in drag racing from the early 50s all the way up until the new cars. You know, he at Lyons Drag Strip in California in 1970. His front engine dragster split in half. The rear end exploded, the clutch exploded, and it split in half, cut half of his right foot off. While he was in the hospital recuperating, he sketched the very first rear engine dragster. It wasn't the very first, but it was the first one that was successful.
Okay.
People had tried it before, but Big Daddy perfected it. He put the engine and all that danger behind him, you know, and it moved drag racing into the modern age. Which, you know, it kind of took some of the nostalgia out of it. But, of course, as they say, everything that's old is new again. So it's kind of gone back to that. A lot of people have gone back to safety advantages they have now that they didn't have then. There's a lot of front-engine dragsters coming back. But Big Daddy, I've met him several times. I've got several pictures on my Facebook page with him. He broke all the rules and set all the records, you know, coming up through drag racing. But 1964, today, August the 1st, he went 201 miles an hour. Very first time anybody ever went that fast in a quarter mile.
Absolutely. There you go. And that is flat hauling it.
The man's in his 80s right now, and he is about to break the record for going 200 miles an hour in an electric-powered vehicle.
Really?
I think he's got it up to 189, 191, something like that. So that's his goal right now in his 80s to go 200 miles an hour in an electric dragster.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
Oh yeah, he's on the cusp of breaking it. The one that he did have, I think the last one that he got 191, or I think it caught on fire and burnt down later on. I'm not sure, but
gotcha.
he's on the cusp of it, and if anybody can do it, Big Daddy Don Garlits can do it.
There you go. Absolutely. Sounds like it's a pretty interesting hobby to have.
He's been in it a long time, since the 50s, and he is he was the innovator of most of it. He brought it along to where it's gotten to. Kind of left him behind, but the man's in his 80s,
Oh, yeah, sure.
And he's lots of car accidents, lots of wrecks, blew up lots of stuff. But today, August the 1st, 1964, the very first man to go 200 miles an hour in a quarter mile.
Back in 1964, flat hauling it, man.
Absolutely.
Hey, that's going to wrap up Remember When with Uncle John here for today, but we'll be back same bat time, same bat channel the rest of the week, Tuesday through Friday. And if you didn't catch all of this one, or you want to go back and listen to last week's or anything like that, find our podcast anywhere that you find podcasts, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast. You can also find us on YouTube or at Radio Works Facebook page. You'll have to do some scrolling to find us there, but you can locate us. I guess we'll see you tomorrow, John.
See you tomorrow, Kelly.
You've been listening to Remember When with Uncle John on Y95. This broadcast can be heard each weekday morning at 6:45 on South Arkansas's favorite station, Y95.